Hey y'all. So coming on here to talk, I am going to do my facial nightly. I do a morning and a nightly routine when it comes to my face, right? Y'all know that I've always had like good skin, so but I'm using a different regimen because as I have gotten older, my skin has, it's starting to become like dry in some spots, and that shine. It was just shining in certain areas, and with Arizona and the heat, you have to make sure you have the SPF and all of that stuff. So I did get a bundle where I could have everything, and even though it's like a step by step by step by step, it has been working for me. Okay, so I am going to show you. I am going to post so you can go and get it as well. I won't be showing the product necessarily on here because I'll be posting on a different platform, and on there you can't be doing that. You can, but you can't. I'll be talking to you as I'm doing it. So the first step I usually use is a powder like this, and I wet it and I put it on my face. So hold on. So I just want to, I'll be talking as I'm doing this regimen, and hopefully I won't be on here too long. As y'all know, I'm going to bed early. I just got off work. Y'all know I work from home. I don't have to go into an office. Working from the location I'm at rather. I don't have to go into the office. So this was like my first official full day back. And I love my company because they have been working with me. They're very supportive, and I appreciate them. So I'm going to put it on. I already wet it, and I'm putting it on my face. Now, I don't wear makeup unless I'm doing a photo shoot or runway. Or a special event, right? That's the only time I wear. When I wear makeup, oh my goodness, I look like a whole different person. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. When I pop out, y'all gonna be like, who is that? Because I'm about to be, y'all might see locks one week and then a weave the next. That's how I'm popping out. So y'all gonna be like, who is that? It's me. Kashia Sharice, it's me. So I usually just wear a bare face daily. I don't wear makeup like that. Like I say, unless I'm doing a photo shoot, which I have to do, and I definitely need another photo shoot. I definitely do, because I haven't did one since 2023, since I did my book. Yeah, I haven't did a photo shoot since 2023, and I need another photo shoot. I definitely need one for this new one, but I definitely have to have my hair got to be on point. I am getting my hair done next week. Next week. Yeah. So I might have to see if I can get a photo shoot done real quick where I'm at. Okay, so you can let it dry or you can rinse your face. I'm gonna rinse my face because that's what I usually do. So give me a moment. And this water pressure in this place is not the best. Hey, just washing my face. How many people be doing this? Okay, clean face. How many people be doing clean faces, really? They show you their made up face. I do this every day. I do this in the morning and I do this in the evening. And I used to work for Mary Kay, so, I know how to do my skin properly. Okay, so next I'm going to put on toner. So I wanted to come on and talk to you about, and the other chosen and children of God, right? The season that we're in, right? So this is a milky toner. So you just put it on, you don't wipe it off. It actually moisturizes, a moisturizing toner. Hey, cousin. So it's a moisturizing toner. So I put it on my neck too. Because you know how some people's neck be black and then it be light here and black here. You don't want that. So put it on your neck. Like your neck and a facial too. Okay? Okay, so this season is kind of different, y'all. I know things are weird. You're looking at the television screen and you're like, you got Nikki over here exposing. You got she doing this. Hey, that's the way it's supposed to go. You got people popping out half dressed in church. Hey, you got people doing comedy sketch. Hey, you got all kind of stuff, right? This is my under eye cream. I'm older. If you're not older like me, you may not need this, but some people even in their 20s need this. So just depends on your genetics. But I always put some under eye cream on to help me. But there's a lot going on in the news. You know, first we're about to go to WAR, and then we're not. It's just so much, right? I don't pay attention to the news because, you know, I already, you know, God, you know, I talk to God about stuff, and He talks to me, so I already know. But yeah, I don't get scared about that stuff. It's basically go time, like what you expect. It was coming. Y'all thought He wasn't coming back. But anyway, children of God, we are going through a lot. Some of us are. This is niacinamide 10 plus. It's like the little oil, so I put that on there. At first, I didn't want to do the oil, but the oil has really done wonders for my skin. So yeah. Ooh, did I put some right now? And so yeah, children of God. So it's a lot that we're seeing, a lot that we're going through. Some of us God has us moving, right? Some of us, God has us separating from people that we were with for a long time, relationships, friendships, family, right? And you're like, man, I'm losing everybody. What's going on? You seeing how people, you know, showing their hand, right? They've been treating like that, but you just now like, I ain't putting up with it no more type of thing. Okay, so then I put on this, it's a barrier. It's like a nice little gel barrier. So you just like, yeah, I gotta cut them out of my life, and you will have to cut them out because they can't come with you. Like God has blessings just for you, and He don't want those, what do you call them, snakes. He don't want those grasshoppers. I'll say snakes and gremlins all up on you. What He about to bless you with. So you gotta let them go, and that's one of the hardest things for me because I love people. I love my family. Getting a divorce was like the hardest thing because I really loved them. And I'm not one of them women that's gonna talk about my ex like a dog on the socials. That's just not me. Because we both did stuff in the relationship. We both had traumatic things that we had not healed while we was in a relationship. I know for me though, I had made up in my mind to work on my stuff, and he did too. He worked on his stuff, but we still had stuff, and we just wasn't compatible anymore. And that happens sometimes, right? We still are able to communicate. We still have an amicable, you know, as long as we're apart, right? And yeah, so we still have our 12-year-old daughter, and she's amazing. She's 5'8". She's a model type. So this is the vitamin C tripeptide. My vitamin C, I gotta have my vitamin C. And then I usually before I go out, I put on my SPF, but I'm not going out, so I'm not gonna put that. So yeah, and that's it. That is it. And my eyebrows, you know, I've been trying to see if I want to get the little tattoo ones, but I don't want no tattoo. I ain't never had no tattoo. I just didn't want no tattoo. But I don't know. I usually just line my brows with an eyebrow pencil. But that's my regimen, y'all. Y'all see how my skin is shiny, and it stays like this all day. And like I said, because I had gotten older, my skin started to change. You know, I'm of that age. I'm of that age where skin starts changing. You get hot, cold flashes. And yeah. So I had to find something for my skin that was consistent, right? And y'all see? So this is how my skin actually looks after morning. I do it and at night, okay? So back to, yeah, so one of the hardest things for me was ending a marriage of 12 years. And you all know that I knew him since I was 14. He was 15, 16. And we just had that connection. I felt, and you know, we were apart for a while. Then after 22 years, we got back together and blended the family. And I was just in La La Land. I was really in La La Land. I really feel like I was 14. I was back at 14. Hold on, y'all. Let me cut this light on. I was back at 14, and I was in a fairy tale land. I was not operating in my adult mind spirit. I felt like I was young, operating in that marriage, in the fairy tale, thinking everything was what it wasn't, right? But I wish I'm not the one that's gonna come up here and bash my ex, because that's not my story. My story is not going to be that I'm divorced and that's it, and I'm just gonna sit up here all day and talk about my ex. That's not my story. My story is greater. Like, I talked about that, how many years ago? That's been almost 2 years. Well, the first time was 2022. Y'all remember? I was like, I'm leaving. And I moved out. And I came back and I said, we back. Well, that was the 1, 2. Man, I had so many. Oh, my goodness. 1, 2, 3. That was the 4th time in 2022. And then 2024 is when I was like, okay. And it went through, and it was just like, hey. But yeah, that was like one of the hardest things, was divorcing, because, you know, I wanted to stay married. But I couldn't stay married. You ever wanted to stay somewhere, but you can't? That's the hardest thing, right? You want to stay somewhere, but you can't. Why? Because it's going to eat you up alive, right? Ooh, hold on. It's going to eat you up alive, right? You can't stay. How you going to stay in something and you know it's going to make you miserable? It's going to eat you up alive. It's going to kill your soul. You can't stay. Some people do stay. How do y'all do that? Because that's the hardest thing. I did try to stay, and it was hard. I didn't want him to experience the mediocre person that I was staying, that low vibrational person. It wasn't like we was arguing or nothing like that, you know. We have our ups and downs, but it wasn't like we was arguing. We wasn't argumentative. We both don't like drama, so. But it was just staying and knowing you're not supposed to be there was the one for me. And even though he would have stayed, if I would have stayed, he would have been good with it. But I just couldn't go out like that. When I know God has a calling on my life, I couldn't go out like that. That was one of the hardest things, and that was one of the things that God wanted to see, because he knew how much I put in that marriage. He knew how much I cried in that marriage. Oh my goodness. He knew how much I wanted to make it work and make the family stay together. God knew. And if I was willing to make that sacrifice to leave, he knew that I would give it all up for God. So, you know, even as I talk about it now, it's just like, I know I can't go back. Like in the past, I've went back, I've left and went back and left and went back and left. Like so many times, it was a cycle, right? For me, not for him, because he wanted to stay. But I just couldn't operate in that low vibrational, mediocre type of life. I couldn't, because I know what it can be, right? I know the promises God has for me. So for me to settle when I knew God has greater, I couldn't. It took me a while, right, to get the courage up to actually leave. And even as I sit here now, this time around is different. We divorced in 2024, and then, we had the house built, so we were still living in the same house. I kind of left and then came back, and getting strong relationship with the kids and stuff like that. We weren't together though, so it just didn't. I just didn't see reconciliation either. It's hard because kids are involved, but we're good. The kids are older. We only have the one 12-year-old left, and she'll be going, between the both of us. I'll definitely be in Arizona, maybe in another state as well. I don't know. We'll see what God says. But yeah, I couldn't stay. And I'm not going to. I know when I was going through that season in 2022, I was on the platform, but I wasn't dogging him per se. I was more talking about my feelings and how I was getting through, with the divorce and how that whole process was, right? Because I'm a person, I like to keep it positive. And this season, I don't want to put my mouth on nobody. Like if somebody doing something, I'm gonna call out sin because they say we can't in the Bible, right? But as far as like calling people names out or being in people's business, I'm not doing that. Your business is your business. Don't be in my business. Because people do like to be in my business or assuming or guessing. But if you have a question about me, I always say, ask God about me. Ask God, because He's the one made me. If you got a question about me, ask God. Okay? But I have had to mature so quickly within this last couple of weeks. It just seemed like it went by so quick. Within actually the last 2 weeks, oh my goodness, the different lessons I've learned through interactions with people, even about myself that I've learned as far as a spiritual person, and the whole thing of going through different levels when it's spiritual, going from level to level, it can have you sometimes feeling like, man, this is like an alternate universe. Like this is like, what's going on? Where am I? It have you thinking like that. It have you second guessing. But God is there. But you're just like, especially if you haven't been exposed in that way before, when it comes to the spiritual levels and going from one level to the next, and if you're on a higher level, because I'm on a higher level, so because I've been battling for a while. Oh wow! I remember I was in college battling, colleges battling, relationships battling. It's just been battles. I'm ready to live the soft life. I'm ready to live the soft life, and that's what I'm going into. But I've had to endure a lot. And I'm not going to cry because God told me not to, but losing family members and losing friends and people calling you crazy and bipolar and people, lying on you and going against your character, it's a lot. And I have a good heart. I love people to the core. And to see people do me certain kind of ways, it's a lot. And I don't claim to be perfect, but I take ownership for what I do. I take accountability. I forgive people. I even apologize to people. It's hard feeling like you're alone in this battle, but somebody had to do it, and it was me. And you see what this says? It says breaking generational cycles, because I didn't come to play. Don't let the tears fool you. I didn't come to play. God sent me. I've been knew he sent me. I let people play in my face. I've been knew he sent me. I already knew. I let people show their hands. I let people lie on me. I let people bash my name, my character. I let people just show their hand, because where God has taken me, I even want to be in the background. I said, God, I want people to know all my business, what I'm doing. But I guess I'm not going to be in the background, because the way these opportunities are, I can't be in the background. It's going to be out in the forefront for people to see. And that's just what it is. I can't stop that. But he just wanted me to see who was who, so that I don't bring certain people with me. And it's unfortunate, because I wanted to bring everybody with me. Everybody. But he said, no, you can't, because he heard the secret conversations. He heard the behind the back talk. He saw the darts that were pointed. He saw the rituals that were done against me. There were a lot of witches out there too. People I didn't even know were doing witchcraft against me. But God said, vengeance is his. God said, he shall fight my battles. I don't have to do a thing. I don't have to talk bad about nobody. I will call out sin though. I don't have to talk bad about nobody. I don't have to call and curse nobody out. I don't have to do nothing, because God says he will fight my battles. And this year is going to be, y'all just don't understand what's coming. And I pray that y'all get on y'all knees and repent and say yes to God, because y'all just don't know what's coming. And God says it's free will. Like, everybody has to make that decision. And once it's made, it's made. So, yeah, his children shall be covered. But if you're outside of his will, you will not be covered. You will go through everything that's going to happen. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. They had me crying one night on the floor when I got the visions. They had me crying on the floor on the death. They had me crying on the floor on the destruction. But God said, I can't tell you everything. God said, that's all I'm gonna say. But his children will be covered, and will be helping in different areas. But yeah. But my purpose is greater. I'm not on here to talk about my divorce, because that's done. We're not fighting, we're amicable. So that's not my story, my divorce. My purpose though, you'll see, it's just beginning. I'm in therapy because, I still have some stuff from the marriage. 12 years is a long time to be with somebody. Well, 14, and he was 15, 16. That's a long time to know somebody and be in love with somebody all that time. And we were truly mesmerized by each other from a young age. And even throughout the years and then getting back together, we were definitely mesmerized. And I felt like I was in love. He did too. But we just had a lot of differences, both of us, because you have to take accountability. It's not just one person's, because if you stayed, take accountability. If you had your messed up ways, take accountability. You did have messed up ways. I did. I was fighting through a lot. I'm at a place right now that I don't hold anything against him. Be cool. I just need to detox. And that's why I'm in therapy, to detox. No medication. But I am in therapy just to talk about it and get the stuff out, right? Because I don't want to be on here spilling all my stuff and spilling all into you guys. I've never wanted to do that. Like when I used to take breaks off social media, it's because I didn't want to like put all that on y'all. Why y'all have to deal with that? Like, I know you want to see the transition of me growing into who I am to become. But I didn't want to pour all that on y'all. So I would take a break and go through my battles silently. Well, not silently. The family was there. They were there through it all. But going through this in a different way than I did before, I still had a little bumpiness, right? But going through this spiritual battle, this time around, and it ain't like I was like, ooh, I want to get into a spiritual battle. No, never did I say, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna, ooh. No, I was chosen. Like, and when you chose it, either you say yes or no. I wasn't gonna say no because I'm going to heaven. Heaven. I gotta go to heaven. What? Heaven, beautiful. But yeah, it's a lot to come. And I am very proud of myself for the growth. I'm very proud of myself for my forgiving heart. And that I still have love in my heart. That I can still apologize. Even when I think it's not my fault. When God say apologize, He don't care if it's your fault or not. If He say apologize, you better apologize. Because it's for the bigger picture. So yeah. I'm in this space right now. And I'm just being. Like, I'm not jumping ahead. I'm not looking back on the past stuff. I am staying in the now. What is the now? The now is I'm out in the world. No, the now is that I'm starting from the bottom. Not really, because I got an advantage. God don't play about me, and He provides. I'll be like, God, ooh. But yeah, I am, and I don't even know if I'm going to be, well, we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I'm just taking a day at a time. I'm being very, just being very consistent with how I do my days, right? How I set up my days. I'm being very consistent, very strategic in the way that I do things and the way that I navigate in this world today. Because it's totally a different today than it was yesterday. Oh my goodness, everything that's going on. It's a different today than it was just last year in December. It's different. You can feel it and you see it on TV. It just be weird, but I'll be like, yeah, I already saw that, so it ain't nothing new to me, but for y'all it probably is. But yeah, you still have time. If you have not given yourself, if you have not said yes to God, if you have not repented, and that means repented and stepped away from your sinful ways and not going back to your sinful ways, you still have time. There's still grace on the table. There's still mercy on the table. And I don't know if God's going to take it away. I don't know when. I don't have those answers. That's not my business. That's God's business. And He's the only one that judges. God judges. No man judges. Even though they got judges on the... But God is the only one that judges where you go. And He knows when He's coming back. And He knows everything that's going to happen. He tells His children certain things. Some people know this, some people know that, some people know this, right? Sometimes I'll be like, dang, I didn't even want to know all that. But I'll be like, okay. I need that therapy session tomorrow. Because talking about that marriage, yeah, it hurts a little. It was some people that interfered. There were some people that interfered. But there were still choices made too. So everybody has to answer. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Just know that. But I'm about to get up off here because I'm about to go to bed. I'm an early bird. I like to go to bed at 8, but I get off at 10. But I'm about to change my schedule to early anyway. And I'm about to have a second job too. And some businesses. So I got a lot to do. I got to invest. Got investments. I got to do this AI. I know all about AI. Oh, I tell AI what to do. I don't let AI tell me what to do. Like people be like, I use AI for this and that. I tell AI what to do. And then like AI don't tell me what to do. I know they doing all this AI advanced stuff, but no, I tell AI what to do. And it's doing what I'm telling it to do. And it's going to bring me what I needed to bring. So, but I'm about to get up out of here because I am about to go to bed and give me a nice 8-9 hours worth of sleep and wake up. And it's going to be a brand new day. Looking like a brand new day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Looking like a brand new, that's Ty Tribbett. Looking like a brand new day. I always say, when you get up, be thankful that God woke you up because somebody didn't make it. Somebody didn't make it. They passed away in their sleep. They didn't make it. So be thankful when you wake up in the morning. Thank God that he woke you up for another day to be the best you that you can be. Because if you ain't been the best you can be, what you really doing? I'll talk to y'all soon. Oh, before I leave, I am going to drop. I'm bringing back up the spiritual warfare. Where my thing? Where my computer? Spiritual warfare. Hold on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Hold on. I'm back. Okay, so I'm bringing back the spiritual warfare because y'all know I wasn't done. God told me to do it, and I got to finish what God told me to do. It's about a 12 series on spiritual warfare because some people ain't never been, well, maybe they ran away from spiritual warfare. That's probably what happened. It ain't like they didn't know about spiritual warfare. They just didn't want to go through it. Okay, so this week's is going to be spiritual warfare, how demonic distractions work. Because there's distractions in this world, people. Distracting you from what God wants you to do. So I am going to be dropping the post about distractions and how the enemy tries to distract you from doing what God wants you to do. Okay, we back on the series. We back on that spiritual warfare series. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready.